It's been a long time since I did one of these, but it's Friday, so I thought I'd treat myself. So off I go on to Auto Trader to see what massive discounts I can find on milk floats today. And it's worse than ever. I mean, you know, they've been discounted for quite some time, quite heavily. 30% is fairly standard across the board. You can get you can get discount off any milk float. That's just fact. You could walk into a showroom now, you'll get discount. Never mind the government grant. The 3,750 quid still only applies to 2 cars. Only one, really, because the other one still isn't really available in the UK. So it only applies to 1 car, the Ford Puma. Apart from that, you can't get it. There's plenty that you can get half the money for, 1,750 quid or whatever it is. But you could get that off any milk float just by walking in the showroom. If you're paying the recommended retail price, you're an idiot. It's that simple. So I thought I'd see what massive discounts there are out there. You know, proper huge discounts. And you don't really, it's not hard. But to find the really big ones, you do have to do some research. So I did some research. And the first one I came up with was my neighbour going back to work. Was the Jeep Avenger, one of Stellantis' finest products. I used to like Jeeps. They were, when they were American, and they were like big and brash and bold, and they had lots of buttons, and they had leather, and like the original Grand Cherokee, that type of thing. I used to like them. Now they've just gone dull because Stellantis have got hold of it. And of course the battery technology in any Stellantis car is wank. Not wank as in the German wank, just wank as in shit. But nevertheless, here you go. It's not a particularly good looking thing. It's not particularly ugly. It's kind of nothing. It's just bleh. But it is the Jeep Avenger. And it is recommended retail price of 40,749 quid. But you can get discount on that. Just a little bit. 17,750 quid off, to be precise. So you can have it 44% discount, that is. 44%. That literally is depreciated in front of your eyes before you've bought it, taking some of the pain away. Brilliant. So you now get one for 22,999 quid. 23 grand. That's cheaper than the Amoda 5. But there's a reason you wouldn't have that over the Amoda 5. 2 reasons, actually. 1, it's a milk float. 2, its recommended retail price is 40,749 quid. Which means you got to pay the expensive car tax on it. An extra £500 a year for 5 years. On that. No. So that's out. I mean, if they gave you another 2,500 quid off that and put it under 20 grand, you still wouldn't have one. So that was a completely pointless analogy, really, wasn't it? Number 2, I mean, I'm having to do these 3-2-1 charts now because I can't do 3-2-1 on the floaters anymore. I've only got 1 floater left. Incidentally, he commented and said, the 1 floater that is left, Mr. Andrew Norton Esquire, the only one I've got left until some new ones earn their stripes. And he said, I'm now the only floater. Do I get a badge or a t-shirt? I wish to be called the Float Meister General. Give him his dues. That's class. He is, in fact, the Float Meister General. He can have that. Nobody else can claim it, are they? Well, they can't, because they can't even comment. Anyway, number 2 is another Stellantis effort. It's the Vauxhall Corsa E. I mean, yeah, I don't need to say any more about it. I've said everything I need to say about the car. It's shit. Start to finish, just crap. But, nevertheless, 33 grand brand new for an electric Corsa. Who the hell? I mean, for 33 grand, look at what you could have instead of that. But it's not 33 grand. It's fine because I've found one for 18,190 quid. A saving of 14,860 quid, or 45%. Now that's value for money. if it wasn't the fact that it's a steaming pile of dog poo. Otherwise, it would be good value. However, this is all just this is fluffing. This is window dressing to the crowning turd in the water pipe, because this is a proper bargain. I mean, granted, it's a Maxus T90 EV. I know what you're thinking. What the hell's that time? Yep, I was thinking the same thing. Well, here it is. And I got to admit, as pickup trucks go, it's all right, isn't it? It looks all right. There's nothing wrong with it. Just a pickup truck. But at 53 grand, that's 5-3. Just in case you think you misheard me, 53 grand for a Chinese pickup truck. I can't understand why they're not flying out of showrooms. I really can't. Well, they can't either, because they've discounted it. Wait for it. They've discounted it by £29,012. That's the discount available. 55% discount off the recommended retail price, knocking it down to just a smidge under 24 grand. So it's gone from 53 to 23,988. Now that is a major, major discount. That is huge in the world of any car, let alone milk floatery. 55% off new. That's massive. It's huge. And why? I mean, obviously, we know why, because nobody's buying them. They're classed as a car now, not a van. You can't claim the VAT back off them. You'd have to pay expensive car tax on it. You have to pay company car tax on it. So it's basically a completely pointless, useless vehicle. And that's why it's being discounted by 55%, just to try and get somebody to come and take it off their hands, because they feel like people will look at that. Women. No offence to any of the women watching my channel, but you women love a bargain. You see a dress for 20 quid, you'll go, well, it's 20 quid. I don't really want to spend 20 quid. But then you'll see one that was 80 quid, reduced to 20 quid, 75% off. And you go, it's got 75% off. I'm having that. And you'll take it straight away. I've been married 3 times. I know what I'm talking about. So you'd look at that, women. I mean, I'm generalising here. There's probably some men out there. Or you know, maybe they identify as women now. You know, Dave from accounts, who now calls himself Davina, he'd see this as a bargain. 53 down to 23,988. Get yourself a pickup truck. I mean, flying out the showrooms. There's only one left, I think. But there is a slight issue with them. They've stopped making them. They don't exist anymore. They're not going to make any more in Britain. That's it. They're gone because they can't sell any, so they've discontinued it. So you're left with an out-of-date pickup truck with possibly infrastructure issues, parts issues, servicing issues, and everything else. But just to finish off this anecdote, they have replaced it. Now, if you've got small children anywhere near in the room, I mean, why when you're watching one of my videos, but if you have, get them to leave the room. If you've got animals that are scared of fireworks or, you know, of a nervous disposition, shut them in a darkened corner, get them out of the way, because what I'm about to put on the screen requires parental advisory stuff, because they've replaced it with a new Maxus pickup truck. Brace yourselves. Deep breath, Anki's at the ready. Here she is. Now, it's safe to say that the Chinese have come up with some ugly cars over the years, and they bang them out like there's no tomorrow. But that is horrific. What were they thinking? I mean, Jesus, that's bad. That is proper. I mean, that's not even a 10 to 2 bird, is it? That is after the nightclub's shut. You're walking home, eating a kebab, and there's a bird in the alleyway literally going, do you fancy coming back my place for a quick shag? You don't even have to look at me. And even then, you'd think, Kebab. Bird. Kebab. I'll stick with a kebab, sweetheart. Thanks very much. Have a lovely evening, and off you go. That's how bad that is. So there you have it. They're flying out of showrooms, yet they're being discounted by up to 55%. 55%. They're depreciating before they leave the showroom. Flying out that showroom, though. And then they're being discontinued. Brand new cars, only out for a couple of years, being discontinued and replaced by a bird in an alleyway who's up for it. And you still say no. And that is why it is future my arse.